Hi all, we all know in this world there is always some changes happens. For example, we eat, it get digested, we excrete, the raw food is being cooked and the water is converted into ice and the ice is again melted into water, plants grow, papers burn, everything. We drive vehicle. So, in every process, there is some change associated with it. Basically, these changes can be broadly divided into physical change and chemical change. Now, what is physical change? A physical change is something in which the substances undergoes only a change physically. That is, the substance changes its shape, size, color, or property, and no new substance is being formed as a product of the reaction, and the reaction is reversible. For example, the state of an ice cube is converted from solid to a liquid on melting. This is what a physical change is all about. So, on seeing the characteristics of a physical change, it can be, as I said, these are all the characteristics. No new substance is formed in this change. It is a temporary change and is generally reversible. Color change may or may not take place. And here, always a little amount of energy will be either given to the system or taken from the system. Now, coming to chemical changes. All the changes that we see around us, for example, the rusting of iron is a chemical change. As I said, we grow. Humans, we grow. It is a chemical change. The hormones and the cell gets divided. In fact, it is a biological change accompanied with chemical change process. So, let's see some common chemical changes that happens around us. First, baking soda, when treated with acetic acid, the more common thing is vinegar. Carbon dioxide is evolved and this turns lime water milky. Therefore, a new substance is formed. Next, when we burn a magnesium ribbon, we get ashes. So here also a new substance is formed. And third one, when we take copper sulfate and react it with iron, iron sulfate and copper is being formed. So there are several kinds of changes like this that happens around us. So when we talk about the properties of chemical change, it is sound can be produced, light can be given or taken from the system. There is some smell that each chemical change has. The color change can be take place, and a gas can be released. Let's see chemical changes in our daily life. So, talking about the chemical changes in our daily life, the raw metal is extracted from an ore, so that we call it as an mineral. That is a mineral ore we extract it, and several process it undergoes to form a metal. We call that process as metallurgy. So then medicines are formed by chemical reaction. We take many compounds, mix them together, follow some reactions, and then an end product is formed. Similarly, when we burn coal, wood, paper, leaves, etc., they produce a chemical reaction accompanied by the production of heat and light. We all know that driving vehicles releases toxic pollutants into the atmosphere. So there what it goes, the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, everything that the emissions from the vehicles, from the factories, everything is a result of a chemical reaction. When a food is being spoiled, it produces a foul smell, right? That is also a kind of chemical reaction. The bacteria, the fungus in that produces the chemical reaction. Now, the other common thing we can able to see is if we take an apple or potato or brinjal and if we cut them and place them in an atmosphere, that is in an open air, we can see them that the color changes. This is due to the chemical reaction between the air and the atmosphere and chemicals present in the vegetables or the food items. Now, neutralification, that is when neutralization, that is when a salt and acid reacts, it forms salt and water. That is acid and an acid and a base reacts together to form salt and water. Therefore, neutralization is a chemical change. Then we all know during the process of photosynthesis, during the process of photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and water present in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight to form new substance, food and oxygen. Therefore, photosynthesis is a chemical change. As I said earlier, in the process of digestion, various food materials break down to form a chemical change. Now, let's talk about rusting of iron. We all know iron is when it left to exposed to the moist air, that is iron plus the oxygen from air and water, what it gives us is the rust, that is iron oxide. Fe plus O2 plus H2O gives Fe2O3. So you can see when you get a new cycle, as days passes, the cycle chain will be rusted. All the iron materials, the track, everything gets rusted. Here I would like to add up a point. Qutub Minar, the pillar. It is an iron pillar, but it hasn't been rusted. So what will be the reason behind this? Just check that out. Now, how can we prevent rusting? That is, rusting can be prevented by not allowing the moist air and water to come in contact with the iron. For this, we can coat the iron with oil, grease or paint. And this coating should be done regularly. Now, the most efficient method is to coat this iron with other metals such as zinc or chromium. And this process of coating a metal with another metal is called as galvanization. Now, The pipes, iron pipes which we use in our homes is generally being galvanized to prevent rusting. Now, rusting of ship will be a major problem for ship industry because the ships are always in contact with the water and it is made up of ions. And also the salt present in the seawater will help in speeding up this process. So this will, what to say, this causes a huge loss, right? So how this is prevented is that by allowing to make stainless steel, that is, instead of using an iron, we use stainless steel which is an alloy, basically, which is formed by mixing iron with carbon and metals like nickel, chromium, manganese, so that it doesn't rust. Now, coming to crystallization. Here, this is another one of the important process, that is, we all know the seawater contains salts which is dissolved in it and it makes it salty. We have also learnt the process of evaporation. Therefore, the salt obtained is not pure and the crystals are small. That is, the salt obtained from seawater isn't pure and the crystals are small. Therefore, the shape of the crystals cannot be seen clearly. Large crystals of pure substance can, however, be obtained from their solutions by a process of crystallization. It is an example of physical change. The process of cooling a hot concentrated solution of a substance to obtain crystals is called crystallization. I will repeat again. The process of cooling hot concentrated substance to obtain crystals is called crystallization. This process of crystallization is used to obtain crystals of a pure substance from impure substance. Impure copper sulfate powder can be purified by the process of crystallization to obtain large crystals of pure copper sulfate. So these are all some of the kinds of physical and chemical change that takes place around us, and there are n number of changes that takes place around us. This is just some introduction and some examples. Happy learning. Thank you.